Ekale, Ndeo, Bakadayama. And tonight, I'm going to be speaking in French. Bonsoir. Good evening, beautiful listeners, and welcome to It Takes a Village to Raise a Child. This is a program where we come together as a community to discuss life's realities, share wisdom, challenge perspectives, and learn how to navigate the human experience the way it really is, not just the way you see it on the social media. I am your girl, your voice that always glows on the mic. The one always bringing you the truth unfiltered. Yes, this is the voice of Glorious Gloria, right here on Sweet FM 107.1. And tonight, we are going to continue what we started last week. Something that everybody dreams about, something everybody talks about, something almost everybody wants. We are talking about something very beautiful but often misunderstood. Marriage and parenthood. Yes, like we said last week, we talked about marriage shocking a lot of people. It's going to be like a shocker. That's why it's going to shock a lot of people that were not prepared before they entered or before they will enter marriage. Because if we are being honest, many of us grew up with a picture. A picture of a perfect wedding. Matching outfits. Romantic captions. Smiling family photos. In fact, couples go up and down. And parenthood? Cute babies, soft life, family portrait, and peaceful homes. But life inside marriage and parenthood is deeper than all of those things that we have pictured in our minds. Is it love? Yes. Yes, it is love. But it is also learning. It is patience. It is communication. It is compromise. It is forgiveness. It is adjustment. And sometimes it is confusion too. So tonight, we are asking one honest question. What are the things nobody told us about marriage and parenthood? Well, this is not to scare anyone, but to prepare people, because when expectations meet reality without preparation, disappointment enters. So tonight, we are having an honest conversation. And joining me today is a very, very important guest. In fact, not just a very important guest, but we are honored to have guests. You know what God has joined together. Just like one master pé Ọlọ́run Baba, Ọmọ àti Ẹ̀mí Mímọ́, this one are two in one. Na collabo, just one. So tonight we have a young wife and mother who has been married for over a decade and is building a beautiful family. We also have a young father who has also been married for over a decade and is also building a beautiful family with this young mother that we have in the studio tonight. I do not plan to put asunder, but then I needed to tell you that we have a father and a mother in the studio. We have Mr. and Mrs. Odusutes with us tonight. You're welcome to It Takes a Village to Raise a Child.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. So now I don't put the pepper, I've put the curry, I've put the thyme. Could you introduce yourself to our listeners tonight?
You have tonight Mr. and Mrs. Odushote.
Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Oju, tell us more because tonight the youth wants to hear, the youth wants to listen. At the same time, adults that are already married, they also want to learn tonight. So tell us more about your life, your love life, your marriage. Tell us just brief things that you feel like we can know about you. At least when we Mr. and Mrs. Oju don't say, we heard them on the radio. This is what they said about them and how.
Okay, I think my wife is a little bit shy, so I will jump in right there. Yeah, she said Mr. and Mrs. Odushote, but we didn't start as Mr. and Mrs. Odushote.
Okay.
She started as Miss Fanny, and I started as Mr. Odushote. And we've been married for over 10 years right now. Yeah, going to 13 years.
Ooh,
But
wow.
she knows the exact time. Don't blame me.
13.
Okay, 13. Yeah. So the journey has been great.
Okay.
The journey has been good.
Okay.
And has been challenging as well. That's what we will say. There is no textbook for marriage, no textbook for parenthood.
Right.
Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own challenges, and the way everybody deals with it is different. But there is just one keynote that's God everything, and that keynote is God. That's what I would say. It all depends on we can go forward depending on whatever you want to know. But what I would just tell you, the foundation of a family is always being God. You know, when even when you are in church or in a mosque, when they are joining people together, they always tie them together with Quran or with Bible or with something, and that something is between you and your wife. That's something they tied you together with, is your third person that you hold on to during your marriage.
Thank you so much for at least giving us tips of the iceberg of who you are. And honestly, I'm really excited because many young people listening are either planning marriage, thinking about it, or already in relationships trying to understand what comes next. So today, we just want the truth, we want real experiences, and we don't want filters. We want people to know it for what it is,
Right.
not just the hype on the social media, because there are a lot of things going on the social media. You're like, this is kind of married I want, but you don't really know what is going on behind
Right.
closed doors.
Mhm.
So today, let's start from the beginning. So, Mrs. Odusote,
Yes.
before you got married, what was your picture of marriage?
Perfection.
How
Like,
perfect?
I want everything perfect. I don't want to go through hardship. I just, like, it's just gonna be me, my husband, and the kids. Nothing more. And everything going well. But when I got married, everything changes. Like, the identity shift. You know, marriage changes who you are in relation to another person. And you become a parent. Parenthood changes who you are in relation to yourself. You are no longer yourself. You are no longer who you are. There is nothing like me. It's now down to we, us.
So, compared to what you were expecting as a single lady and what you met in marriage, what shocked you the most?
Like, what really shocked me the most was I no longer own myself.
So, you mean to tell me that individuality was lost?
Not totally,
Okay.
but when you were single, when you are single, you can do things, you don't have to tell anyone. I mean, like, you don't have to, you are not answerable to anybody. But now that you are married, your husband must know, your spouse must know about it, about whatever you're doing.
And don't you find that quite challenging or quite difficult in the sense that you were an independent person, you can decide to eat junk for dinner,
Right?
and you can decide to go to a party in the night or during the day. You can decide to do anything you want to do. In fact, even for your career, you can decide to make any choice you want to make without necessarily consulting anybody. So when you got married and you realize that you have to start informing your spouse or make decisions with your spouse, was it a bit challenging for you to adjust, or was it something you were prepared for?
I wasn't prepared for that. And it was challenging, but gradually, it changes and you get used to it.
Do you have any pinpoint about that?
Not really. You just get used to it. At first, you'll be like, what is going on? Do you have to do this? Do I have to say this? Do I have to do this and that? And at some point, as you get going, you realize, oh, you get used to it.
Okay, if I may interject a little bit, the question you're asking, I would say, is still kind of depends on the personality of individual person. Because if you're looking at the personality of my wife, number one, she's not the outgoing type. She can stay indoor for 3-4 days without even seeing the sunlight, and she will be fine. She doesn't really eat out. She doesn't like that. So that switch for her wasn't that very, very hard. But for people that are the outgoing type, they go out all the time.
Like the social butterflies.
Yeah. So what I think will be challenging for them is because now that when they get married, it could be challenging if they have to check in with their husband or with the significant other before going out, or factoring every other thing into place, their work, their kids, the schedules, everything. Yes, it could be challenging. Balancing those things might be challenging. But one of the things that I think everybody needs to have at the back of their mind is when you are entering into marriage, you already know that there's going to be a change. Yes, the change is not going to be sweet.
Okay.
It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be a learning process, and it all come down to the understanding between the both wife and husband prior to marriage, because these are the things that should happen actually before marriage. And going back to the beginning or to the roots, this is one of the mistakes that people make about marriage. Number one, I can't remember even how many young couples that go for counseling anytime anymore before marriage. Like you said, when you were doing your introduction, everybody just want to go there having the romance, the perfect picture, the perfect wedding, and everybody forget about marriage. People that wed nowadays, they think about the wedding alone, not about the marriage. The marriage is for lifetime. And
A lot of people prepare for the wedding more than the marriage.
More than the marriage. And these are the conversations that are supposed to have happened prior to marriage. How are we going to eat? What kind of food are we going to be eating? What's going to be our timeline? What time do we wake up? What time do we go to bed? What's our religion? How are we going to train our kids? What culture are we going to train our kids? That's all the conversation. It's easier said than done. When we get there, yes, we'll deal with it. But no, because you don't know what I want or what I've been thinking of for my children. I don't know what you are thinking for your children. So if you don't know have those conversations, we will not know. Before marriage, we will not know. Those are the things that we need to see. Are we aligned? You understand?
So, Mr. Odushote, let me ask you, as a man,
Yeah.
just like I asked your wife, so you had expectations as a single man. You had what you wanted in your wife, or what you envisage your home to be like. So could you shed more light? What were your expectations as a single man, and what was the reality that hit you after marriage?
Immediately after, okay, number one, I love friends.
Okay.
I love friends. And the expectation that I have is, after getting married, I can still be going out and mixing up with my friends, whether good or bad friends, coming back home, whatever I want. Forgetting that, my friend are no longer my friend. My friend should be our friend.
Okay. Your friend should, okay, sorry, like it's just like, let me say I'm talking in as regards my own husband now.
Yeah.
I would say that my friends or my husband friends should be.
It shouldn't be my husband friend anymore. It should be our friend.
So if my husband doesn't approve of a friend,
Of that friend,
is
then
not
no longer my friend. And if my wife doesn't approve of my friend, that person is not my friend. And this is the reason. The reason is that, for me, yes, many people might disagree.
okay.
The reason is this: there are things that I am not seeing because I might be seeing through emotions because I'm close to this friend. I've known him for 3, 4, 5 years. But my wife comes from outside and looking through another lens and seeing those things that I cannot see because I'm only looking at what I've known, not looking for what I've not seen or what I don't know. But my wife, who is neutral, come and see and tell me that, hey, this and this and this and this and that, be careful, watch out. And then that is when I'll start seeing what she has been pointed out to me, letting me know that, okay, I should be careful. At that point, if my wife is not comfortable with that person, now the question I will throw back to you is this: am I married to that person? Am I married to my wife? If I lose my wife because of that person, will that person become my wife? That is the question. Because I said I married you for better or for worse. So whatever we enter it together. So whatever we bring out from left to right, we join it together, it becomes ours. Same goes to whatever we have. Our career is not my career anymore. It's our career.
If only young people that are planning to get married right now, or some people that are already married, they're already in marriage, if only they could have seen it through this lens, or they had actually discussed it and seen through this lens, probably some marriages or some relationships will not be in shambles.
Unfortunately, I cannot really blame those children. I mean, those young people. Don't let me call them children. Apologies. These young couples, young people that are looking into marriage, we cannot truly blame them because if the foundation is faulty, what can the righteous do? Number one, it all starts from parenthood. It all starts from parenting. If you look at a young man that is beating up a woman, look at the home that he comes out from. Look at the kind of father that he has. Look at the kind of mother. Look at his environment. And it is the environment that you grow up in that determines, or not determines, that gonna shape your future. You understand? So most of them is not because of they want to do it. It's what has already been built into their subconscious mind,
And becomes normal to
and
them.
becomes normal to them. You understand? So it's not really their fault. And someone have not really picked them up and said that, hey, you want to get married, you need to go for counseling. They just need that kind of exposure. So, but they do not have it. But with what you are doing right now, it's just going to be like an exposure to them and anchor something for them to anchor, or at least to point them in the right direction. If they are hearing this, they will be fine. Oh, maybe I need to do this. Talk to their significant other and say that, oh, maybe we need to go do this. Can we just talk about this? Most of the time we are talking about our DNA, our blood type. They just might need to say that, okay, yes, our blood type matches, we can go ahead, but what about beyond that? What about our faith? What about our finances? Most of the time that's what even cause problem most, finances.
Right.
Yes.
What about our finances? What about even our parents? How do we want to deal with our in-laws? That's even a very important thing that most people don't really talk about.
Okay, so let me ask you something many people want to know, including myself. So, what shocked you the most in your first year of marriage? Like, was there a moment you thought, nobody told me this one, no, nobody told me this one? Please share that, like.
Can you?
I'm just thinking. I don't think I really have anything that shocked me.
Let me just try and help you out. Probably. Let me try and help you out. So I have a friend that recently got into a serious relationship, and she had to start living with that man for the time being. And she's the type that doesn't cook naturally.
Okay.
She's the type that doesn't love cooking. She's just like, oh, let me just do my thing. And then they move me, I have to start cooking every day. Nobody told me this one. That one shocked her.
Shocked her.
But then she's trying to adjust because obviously she values the relationship and she wants the relationship to work. But everything, nobody told me this one. But she will still cook. So was there a moment, maybe during your first year of marriage, that something happened? She might not mention Could you point at any moment like that?
I think what I can say about that is, communication. Before I got married, I do things without telling anybody, without asking opinion, like, what do you think about this? But when I got married, my first year, I realized, everything I do, I have to tell my husband. Before I do it, I'll ask for his opinion. What do you think about this? Can I do this? Can we do this together? So it wasn't like, I think I would just say, it wasn't really challenging for me.
I would interject again, for her, I mean, she was how would I put it? She was no, not an introvert. She was kind of, I found myself lucky because she was kind of built ready.
Okay.
I don't want to say that, so you don't say, what are you feeling like?
It's okay,
I want to say she was built. I mean, she likes to cook. She cooks. She watches. I mean, she washes. She does almost all those kind of things. She was kind of built ready. So, what I can say that's one of the things that I can say that's kind of be a shocker when it comes to on my own side is the fact that finances.
Okay. Although we are still going to dive into finances because this finance aspect is actually a major part that we want to touch tonight. But before we go further, hold on for a while. We'll be right back. Ẹni bá máa ṣègbéyàwó, ó gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe gudugudu méje àti yàyà mẹ́fà. Just like I said last week. We were still talking about what shocked you the most when you get married, or yeah, what shocked you the most when you go married, your first year of marriage. But then let's move a bit. So basically, they talk something say love sweet, but understanding still need work. So because many young people think once love is there, everything will just flow naturally. But reality sometimes shows us that love they important, but skills they run marriage. So let's talk about communication. Because many people believe good couples don't argue. Is that true from your experience?
I think argument is natural. You argue and sort things out. If you don't argue, how would you both understand what is really going on?
So
How would my husband understand? Knows what I like, knows what I don't like.
So you're saying that conflict is normal.
Not outrightly normal, but it is unavoidable.
So are you trying to say that the question becomes not if couples argue, but how they argue?
Argue to settle.
Argue to settle. Where's my pen? Noted. Argue to settle. So, what have you learned about handling disagreements in marriage? You know, sometimes you have different opinions. Oh, you think of it this way, your husband thinks of it this way. So, has there been a clash of opinions, and how do you handle disagreements in marriage?
Yeah, there's clash of opinions, and there will always be clash of opinions. That I would say it will never go away. Nobody can tell me, because as a human being, we all evolve every day. Okay, we grow every day, we change every day. You understand? So there will always be clash of opinions. But one of the things that we kind of figure out is that when it's getting hot, when the conversation or the argument is getting hard, one of us has to be calm. Yeah, when one of us is calm, when one of us is calm, actually we tend not to escalate.
Right.
Yeah, not to escalate. So even though we have a disagreement, one of us can easily just calm down and wait for the other person to calm down then before going forward.
So you mean to tell me that basically when arguments come up, or when clash of understanding or clash of opinion comes up, it's just like one person is calm, so that everything, it's just like you said the other time, argue to settle.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so now just like we started just a moment ago, but it seems that we are running on, I don't know what time we are running on, but then we still have a lot of things to tackle tonight. So it is not no quarrel, but that shows that there's a good marriage, because some people believe that if you don't quarrel, it show. So it means that you can quarrel, you can argue, but it is how you fix it that matters.
Right.
So now let's talk about finances, because this is one of the bedrocks in marriage. Money is very important. Many young people think love is enough, but money is part of real life, because only butterflies cannot do it all. So what role does financial understanding play in marriage?
Looking at me, you answered the question and she posed the question to you.
I know, I posed the question to the two in one.
Wow, that's good.
Money is very, very important. That's just one thing, because number one thing is this. One thing, genuine question I will ask every couple out there is this: outside love, what attracts you to that person in the first place? And what does money bring as well? Yeah, love comes up, money sustains the love.
Yes.
Yeah, and then money brings security. As a man, I'll be speaking from the man point of view. One of the main things that a woman wants out of a home is security. And as a man, is it by mouth that you go offer that security? It's not by mouth now. You got to have something in your pocket.
Just like this some food, the way sweet in that money, they kill them.
And security comes in so many ways. It's not by you going to the gym, puffing up your chest every now and then. You got to have something in your
With
pocket.
empty pocket.
So no, we are in the environment. We are in the age in which women are going out there making their own money. Men are there making their own money. Even most times, women are making money than for men. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't just go out there and really try to fend for your family. Yes, your wife can come in and support you, but at least you have to show that strength, financial strength of your own. And then when it comes to the spending of the money, it's easy to make money, but how you spend it matters. That's why we call it open conversation, communication, because you measure something, communication, everything in marriage, communication is very important when it comes to finances as well. You both sit down together, you both know your views, you know how you want to do it. This thing is always significant to every couple. Some couples couple their money together and then spend it in joint accounts. And some people just like in the Western world, some people just say, okay, you sort this, I will sort these bills. But in our own traditional way, as a Yoruba man, you as a man supposed to be the provider for the home, no matter what. And a sensible woman also, we now say we support you in every way, because you see that you are trying, you are hustling to make sure the family is okay, and then they will support you.
But do you know that for many marriages, beyond what we see on the social media and all, money is actually one of the biggest challenges that they have that causes havoc in many homes. Because a lot of people don't talk about their money habits, they don't talk about how they want the finances of their home to be like. They just have the butterflies and they just chase after the butterflies, and the butterflies later landing. But I don't know. So, what are the questions you would advise young people to ask about their finances, about money, before they get married?
Number one thing I would say, I will always say, which sometimes I find myself opportune to advise some young couples that are about to get married. A couple of months ago, I did the same. Is this in the Western world? I would say, both of you go together. Sit down together. Look at your finance, because you are coming together to become as one. As I've said, everything that you are bringing from outside, that I'm bringing, we are bringing it together. Even your debt becomes my debt. You come together and look at what you
But not too much.
Yes, sometimes you have to settle your debt before you get into marriage. Yes, thank you for mentioning that. Because if you have hundreds of thousands or millions of debts, you can't expect your spouse to not carry that load. Now, so okay, I have this amount of debt. Give me some moment. This is my plan to pay off this debt.
Right.
You are open to each other. You let other know what is going on.
Transparent.
If that spouse of yours say, don't worry about it, we'll come together, we'll settle the debts together, fine. But you just have to have that conversation, and then after that you can easily say that, okay, this is the money, this is how we want to be spending our money, this is how much I want to be saving. Or I love spending, yes, I love going out, I love buying jewelry, I love buying bags, I love buying shoes. Me, I love shoes. You understand? Hey, if you have a joint account, please, can I be having like 15,000 naira, 20,000 naira for myself every month, spend it whichever way that I want, and then this one for you also. As long as the agreement is there will not be conflict.
Yeah.
And if there is a reason to go outside that agreement, then both of you should know about it, so that you can just go ahead and dip your hands.
So, what if one person actually breaches that agreement that you had?
Yeah. We are human beings, you understand? We fault each other, you understand? And if that happens once, yes, it can be forgiven. If it happens twice, it can be reasoned with. But if it now becomes a behavioral pattern, you understand? That is when you have to start sitting down with each other and start talking. Discussing it, finding a way forward, trying to say, okay, does our previous plan is not working before? Okay, maybe we've grown in stature, we've grown financially, because the moment we start making more money, that's the moment our appetite increases. So maybe we've grown in that stature. Okay, let's expand this horizon a little bit. So instead of you doing that, what you're doing, we can expand it. That is where we can easily help ourselves without feeling kind of betrayed that, oh, you're betraying our trust.
Thank you so much. So what you are saying honestly from this aspect of finance is that love no dey pay school fees, abi dey pay am.
Why you pay on teacher will call it love.
Love no dey pay rent and love no dey solve emergency. So preparation matters.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And our time is fast spent, but I want us to touch parenthood briefly before we check out this evening. So, what surprised you the most about raising children?
I'll speak on that first.
Okay.
What surprised me most is that my first daughter doesn't want to sleep anywhere than sleeping on my chest.
Okay.
So when she was little, whether I go to work or not, she's going to sleep on my chest for over 6 months. And I couldn't get a good night's sleep.
Ooh.
So that is my huge surprise.
Okay.
So if you are a father and you think the mother is just going to be the one nursing the child, man, you are in for a ride.
So, do you ever feel pressure at any point? You know, children can be a lot to handle. Like we said last week, we said children, we humble you, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Can you briefly touch that for us, please?
Yes. That statement, children will humble you. First, you are the manager. You are the conductor. You are the cook. You are the doctor. You are everything in the house.
And the agbero in the house.
You are the agbero. You will shout, you will holler, you will everything. So all these you don't prepare for them. You learn on the go.
Or would you say that parenthood is joy?
It's excellence to me. Excellence to me.
So parenthood is joy,
Yes.
but also responsibility at the same time.
Yes. You have to have stamina.
And sometimes sleepless nights, nobody's. Maybe no, they come with manual, but
No.
then every parent, just like you said, is learning on the go.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. For young people listening now, what unrealistic expectations you have about marriage, or what unrealistic expectations do you think social media has created about marriage and family? We would not be able to take in calls today because our time is fast spent. However, before we round up tonight, we've heard something very important, that marriage is not just a wedding day. Parenthood is not just a cute picture, they are journeys. Journeys of learning, journeys of patience, journeys of growth, journeys of grace. And the truth is, no perfect person builds a perfect home. But real homes are built by people who keep learning, who keep trying, and keep choosing each other every day, like our beautiful guests that we have today. So, to the young people listening, don't let social media be the only teacher you have about marriage. Ask questions that matters. Learn from real experiences, prepare emotionally, mentally, and practically. And it is also commitment, patience, and showing up even on hard days that matters. Because truly, it takes a village, not just to raise a child, but to support the people raising that child. This has been It Takes a Village to Raise a Child. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode, and thank you so much for coming on the show today. We really appreciate your coming to the show today. And to everybody listening, please don't let marriage shock you. Be the one to shock marriage. I am Glorious Gloria, right here on Sweet FM 107.1. Good night, and may wisdom guide your relationships and your choices.